Hello everybody, my name is Suyash. You're watching MindBodySpirit. Ever since I created this channel, I've been getting one question pretty consistently. And that question is that, intention is the most important thing, or if not the most important thing, at least the first thing, the first step in the whole creative process. The intention. What am I applying the law of attraction for? What am I trying to manifest? And if I'm not clear about the intention, how do I solve this problem? Because a lot of people ask me that, today I want something, 3 days later I will want something different, and 1 week from now my intention will be something entirely different, right? So it keeps on changing. I'm not able to decide what I want. And so how do I go about it? So in this video, I'll try to answer that question and also just tell you and remind you that in case you're not able to decide what you want, how you can make the most out of this situation and how you can still manifest wonderful things into your life. Pretty important video because this will get you started in the creative process, and let's get started. Okay, so in this video, I'll be telling you two ways by which you can reach a decision about what exactly you want with your life and what intention do you want to apply the law of attraction for. And in the end, I'll also tell you that in case you still find yourself stuck in this situation where you're just not able to decide what you want, why that's not such a bad thing, why in fact it can be a good thing, why in fact it can help you apply the law of attraction more effectively. So that'll be in the end. Before going ahead, let me just share with you something. I'm actually planning to start a segment on this channel, something like a series. Because I see a lot of you that are beginners with the law of attraction and have never really manifested something big, something significant with the law of attraction. And so when you apply the law of attraction, you're often facing problem with actually manifesting, believing, and problem with resistance and things like that. So I'm just thinking that I'll just have a sort of a course structure. A course sounds really boring. I assure you that it won't be boring, but something where on a weekly basis, one by one, step by step, I guide you through some processes by which you can really have a formulated beginning in the law of attraction. So I have some plans, maybe weekly videos for the next couple of months or something like that. You let me know in the comments if it's a good idea. I'm thinking to name it Begin Manifesting or Start Manifesting series, something like that. If you can think of a better name, please also suggest that name. But do let me know if you are looking forward to such a series, because I'm still not decided whether I should do it or not. In case you would like it, just let me know, because that would be a motivation for me to just get it done. And also remember to subscribe, because if I get enough positive feedback about this idea, I'll definitely be coming up with that series and you won't want to miss it. Now let's get back to our topic of this video. How do you reach a decision about what you want to manifest with the law of attraction? Well, the first way to reach a decision is very simple. You apply the law of attraction for it, right? So you have nothing that you can decisively apply the law of attraction on, because you just cannot decide what you want. So basically the first thing that you want is to reach a decision. And so you can actually apply the law of attraction and let it be the experiment that gets you started with the law of attraction, that okay, I want to be a decisive person and I want to reach a decision. I want to be absolutely clear in my mind about what I want. And so how do you go about it? I once faced this situation, and what I did was I made an affirmation in my own words. So I'm not going to give you a very fancy affirmation. You just make a simple one in your own language, something like, I am clear about what I want to do in my life. I am clear about what I'm going to achieve as short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals. Something like that. This was my affirmation, that my short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals are set and I'm clear about what I want. This was my intention, right? And so when I started working with it, and when I just started affirming this several times after getting up in the morning, and then throughout the day, several times throughout the day, and then before I was going to sleep then also, and I just affirmed this again and again. And I'm coming up soon with a dedicated video about affirmations, but when I started doing that, I started to notice a difference, that I was suddenly more decisive and that affirmation was working. And so not just was I becoming more clear about what I want with the law of attraction, also my belief in the law of attraction was increasing, because this was the intention that I was manifesting. And it was a win-win situation, right? Because my belief was increasing in the law of attraction. And so when I got decisive as a result of this intention manifesting, when I got decisive, not only did I get my intention, but I also went towards that intention with a higher level of belief because this manifested. And not just affirmations. I mean, I used affirmations as the first example because affirmations worked really nicely for me for this particular intention. But not just that, all the processes, all the techniques, all the tips and tricks that we have talked about till now on this channel, you can use all of them for this intention as well. So for example, there's writing. I've always said that writing is a very powerful process. And so you can use writing as well. So you can just write down that particular affirmation that you decided, write down that affirmation 10 times, 15 times, and then go into a little bit detail also that, I feel so confident and I'm so sure footed when I go out into the world. I'm so confident because of my clarity of thought and because I'm so clear in my mind about what I want, what I'm working towards, what is going to be in my future, what wonderful things are going to come about in my future, 1 month from now, 6 months from now, 1 year from now, right? So short term, medium term, long term goals. I know about it and that gives me so much confidence. So you can go into a little bit of detail into that and just write about it, right? And then you read it every day. And so all of these techniques you can use, and what that will do, as I said before, you'll get clearer about your intention every day, and also you'll get more and more belief on the law of attraction because you'll be manifesting it, right? So that is the first thing. Apply the law of attraction for this intention. Wasn't that obvious? Now the second way to decide what you want to go with is something that has worked with me so many times and it keeps working for me, and that is to just go with something. Right? Often it happens with me that I'm super confused about 2 or 3 options, and as much as I try to decide, I'm not able to decide. I think if you are just not able to decide, it means that all the options are pretty good, right? So when you are applying the law of attraction and your law of attraction process, your law of attraction efforts are stalled simply because you are not able to reach a decision, you are not able to decide between A and B, well, just simply choose A or simply choose B, whatever, just randomly choose something and go ahead with it, right? I'll give you an example. I recently purchased a new phone. It must be here somewhere. Yeah. Okay. So I recently purchased this new phone. It's an iPhone 7 Plus, and I was really confused about it. It's a wonderful phone, by the way. I'm really happy with it. But when I was making the process that, okay, I have to get an iPhone, or rather I have to get a new phone now, I was so confused because do I get an iPhone or do I get an Android device? I was using Android before. Okay, now I can get an iPhone. Should I get an iPhone? Should I get an iPhone Plus model, right? Okay, 7 Plus. If I get a 7 Plus, do I get the silver one? Do I get, one of the black models, the new ones that have recently been launched? Which one do I get? I was so confused. Also, even if I can make a decision about the phone and the particular model that I want, do I get it from this shop or that shop? Plus, there are so many online options, right? So do I get it from this online retailer or that online retailer? So many options, and I was so confused. I was really very confused. And one day I just decided that I've had enough of this confusion. What I'll do is I'll just go ahead and buy it. And so I went to one particular shop. I decided, okay, I like silver. I got it. And you know what, it's been about 10 days since I bought this phone. I have not regretted it for a moment. In fact, I haven't even thought about the black model. I haven't even thought about iPhone, the non-plus model. I haven't even, checked out online retailers if their prices have dropped or anything like that. Nothing at all. I'm just enjoying this phone. I'm very happy with this purchase. So when you're so confused about several options, it probably means that all the options are just equally good, right? So what you have to do sometimes is to just choose one randomly, whichever feels best for you in a particular moment, and then decide, okay, in this moment the decision is made, I'm not going to think about it, and then just use some willpower and stop being confused and just go ahead with it. In this case, I had to pay a lot of money with that decision, with that one moment of decision, and then deciding that I'm not going to be confused anymore. I had to pay a lot of money. When it comes to the law of attraction, there's no risk, right? So my recommendation would be that randomly choose one if you're so confused, and just go ahead with it, right? And most probably once you have manifested it, once you are in the process of manifesting it, you won't even remember your confusion. It has happened with me so many times. I just went with it. When it manifested, I wasn't even thinking, hey, but I could have manifested that. No, I was thinking, wow, this is the power of my mind. This is something that I got by applying the law of attraction, by taking some inspired action. This has manifested in my life. I was excited. There was never a moment of regret. So I recommend that you just go with it. And finally, in case you are just not able to decide, right? I would like to tell you that that's a fantastic situation to be in a way, right? I'm not saying that you should aim to always be confused, not at all. But I mean, of course, you should try to, reach a decision of what you want. But if you can't, it's not such a bad situation after all. Because when you have a very specific goal, it comes with a lot of resistance as well, right? So when I'm really clear about what I want, there is obviously, we all have this tendency, and this tendency goes away with time, with practice, and with more and more manifestations. This tendency goes away, but at least in the beginning, we all have this tendency to find evidence that is it manifesting. So I really want one particular specific thing. Now I'm looking for that specific thing. Is it manifesting? Is it in my life yet? Is it happening? And so many things, right? When I don't know what I want, that resistance is gone, because what do I look for? Manifestation of what? Evidence of what do I search for? So there is no resistance, because there is nothing to look for and search for, right? I don't know what I want, so I don't know what to look for. Now what I can do is, in this situation, I can simply focus on being grateful. I recently made a video about gratitude. That, I believe, my most powerful two videos are the ones about heartfulness meditation. I'll leave a link to all of these in the description. So in case you've missed them, make sure you watch them. My two videos in which I've talked about heartfulness meditation are probably the most important videos of mine till date. And the third one would be recent video about gratitude. And so in case you're just not able to decide, well, meditate and be grateful. Right? Be cheerful, be happy, focus on being positive. And often it happens, in the beginning of this channel, we spoke a lot about conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Often it happens that you're not able to consciously decide what you want. And yet in your subconscious mind, all your dreams and desires and goals, all of them are there, right? Subconsciously, you know what you want. Consciously, you are confused. And when you focus on gratitude, when you focus on just being happy, when you focus on just being chilled out and just being cheerful and just being kind to others and just being in this positive vibration, what happens is you automatically by the law of attraction, you know the law of attraction, right? So automatically you start attracting positive things, you start attracting good things into your life. And often it happens that when you attract those good things, you realize, hey, this is what I wanted, because you worked on gratitude, you worked on your own inner self through meditation, you worked on being cheerful, and you worked on being positive. And what happens is it creates a difference in your subconscious, on your subconscious level, right? And it is sending signals to the universe that only these things that would evoke more gratitude, things that would evoke more happiness, more kindness within you should come into your life. And your subconscious mind already has probably your intention stored, and so that intention gets manifested. Even if that intention doesn't get manifested, because I cannot claim that it will, 90% of the cases I would say that it will, because subconsciously we know what we want. But just in case you don't know even subconsciously what you want, even then, when you're grateful, when you're happy, when you're cheerful, you cannot attract anything but happiness and things to be more grateful for. And it would happen in a way that there is no resistance, right? So you open the floodgates of good into your life by sending out positive signals and eradicating resistance, right? Which is taken care of by you not having a clear intention. And so not having a clear intention sometimes can be absolutely fantastic. So don't worry too much about it. So that's all I wanted to talk about in this video. In case you like this video, make sure you hit the like button. Any comments or feedback, please use the comment section down below. Make sure you subscribe, and also once you have subscribed, hit the bell icon in order to be notified about my future videos. As usual, a pleasure to talk to you in this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.